For Calgary Rocky Ridge.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. So last year, for months, the Prime Minister and the Revenue Minister patted themselves on the back and claimed that they made all kinds of claims regarding their attempt to recoup income taxes, in particular from tax havens. And there were repeated questions from all of the opposition benches, from the different parties, that challenged them on what is being done to ensure that those that seek to evade taxes from Canada through tax havens are recovered. So they would say things like what the minister said on November 6th. Over the past 2 years, we've invested nearly $1 billion to combat tax havens. This investment has helped our efforts to recover nearly $25 billion. So they've recovered $25 billion, according to that statement on the 6th. The same day, she said, our efforts have borne fruit. We're about to recoup $25 billion. So these are the kinds of things that the government has said. Then on November 16th, the CBC ran a news story, and they exposed this for what they called, quote, a lot of baloney. They said that this was complete nonsense, and that the $25 billion that they refer to is really a multi-year number. It is mostly a result of domestic audits, not from offshore evasion, including things like GST evasion or lack of remittance, that type of thing. It was revealed that actually only $1.8 billion in annual evasion or aggressive avoidance is included in that $25 billion number that the Minister and the Prime Minister, for that matter, repeated over and over again last fall. Officials in the department also later clarified and made the point that a lot of that money will actually never be collected, that this is money that they assess and that believe will be assessed, and that by the time we're finished with the objection process and litigation, tax court, etc., that perhaps maybe half of that money may be collected. Now, this is not the offshore evasion piece that members of both parties on the opposition benches have questioned them over. So that brings me to the question that I asked the minister on December 5th, when I asked her, Mr. Speaker, the government has been targeting small businesses and people with disabilities while patting itself on the back for supposedly recovering $25 billion from cheaters, including offshore shelters. So she went on to reply that, with a subtle backpedal here, that they're on track to recoup $25 billion as a result of audits conducted over the past 2 years. So no longer is that the number that they're going to actually recover through going after offshore evaders. So for months, this minister was misleading and completely disingenuous in the statements that she made in the House to many questions about the serious issue of offshore avoidance and offshore evasion and avoidance. And so I wonder if perhaps tonight we can maybe hear from the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Revenue what they actually think that they may be able to accomplish with their stated goal to collect and to recapture taxes from offshore evaders and avoiders.